Hello and happy Friday, Village. It is so good to see you. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am here with your Friday weekly wrap-up. It's so good to see everyone here. What we're going to do today is a card to wrap up your week. How did it go? What did you learn? How did you go? How will you go forward? That's what we're doing here today. If you would like a card, go ahead and let me know wherever you happen to be seeing this. Let's hop right on over to CardCam, where you can see I am working with the Sacred Rose Tarot. Now, if you had an in-person tarot reading with me in the late 90s, early 2000s, and at that point, in-person was just about all I was doing, it is very likely that I read for you with this deck. For whatever reason, I went through like 3 copies of this. This is the only one I seem to have left in my collection. You can see it's really beat up. I don't like people with weird eyes. I don't like images of people with weird eyes. But for whatever reason, even though these people have weird eyes, I loved this deck for a minute in the 90s. So I'm sharing it with you here today. Hope you like it too. It is still available from US Games. All right. So we were not here on Monday or last weekend because we were traveling. So we don't have 3 cards from Monday to compare. But let's just do a card for the collective to wrap up the week. All right. Hey, RSDSS, good to see you. I really did. It went really well. I'm happy to be back. I missed y'all, but we had a really good time. Thank you. Okay, here we go. For the collective, wrapping up the week for the collective, the Knight of Swords reversed. I feel like there is this whole sense for everybody about what is real, what is true, what are we pursuing? And as individuals, we may be confused. As communities, we may be confused. As nations, we may not know what we're doing. And does anyone really agree on anything? So, interesting week. Did you have communication issues this week? Did you have questions about what is really true? Did you feel like things were not moving swiftly and clearly? Let's see. All right. Starting over on YouTube Vertical. Peggy Lou Levens, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, actually more than 4 years now. Glad you're here. Here's a card for you to wrap up your week, the Page of Wands. I feel like this week you did a good job in communication, in creativity, in trying to be open to the things that bring you joy and bring you a sense of creativity. So good for you. All right. Ivo Fur, good to see you. And Brad Coolrose, glad you're here. Let me know if you'd like a card to wrap up your week. RSDSS over on Twitch, would you like a card to wrap up your week? RSDSS, not necessarily a tarot question, but you know how I can appease an angry spirit. I would ask you, in what context? What makes you think you have an angry spirit? And I'm assuming you're not talking about your own spirit being angry. I'm assuming you're talking about something disembodied. Let me know. Let me know. Hey, Revival of Venus, good to see you. And Scorpio Darkness over on Twitch, good to see you. Here's a card for you. Yes. Okay, Scorpio Darkness. 8 of Wands reversed. So this really goes along with our collective card. I feel like the collective card, may resonate with you as well. This week, Scorpio Darkness, I think things did not go as quickly as you would like. Things did not go as smoothly as you would like. and communication did not flow the way you would like. So not in some ways, perhaps the easiest week. The key is don't get stuck. There it is. All right. Gypsy Grounded in Reality. That's Adrija. Over on IG. Good to see you. Here's a card to wrap up your week. Ace of Swords. Man, we are all in a theme. And I'm wondering, Adrija, personally, professionally, what BS did you have to deal with this week? Like, when I see the Ace of Swords reversed, there is definitely some BS going on here. And so there is a sense, Adrija, that as you go forward, you want to be really clear about who's speaking truth and who's not, what is true and what is not. And Jerry Lynn Dean, so good to see you. Thanks for being here over on Facebook. Would you like a card to wrap up your week? Okay. Moose Knuckle Pum Pum over on Twitch. Good to see you. Here's a card for you. The Hanged Man. This week, Moose Knuckle. It's so funny calling you that. I feel like you did a good job not getting involved in things that aren't your business. You did a good job putting your energy where your energy makes a difference and leaving the rest alone. This is a different perspective for you, and it seems to be working. Jerry Lynn Dean, here we go. Glad you're here. Six of Pentacles. This week, you did a really good job being available to others, helping others, asking for help when you needed it, being reciprocal in community, in family, and with friends, perhaps at work too. So really good stuff. Okay, so RSDSS. So I would really love to have a whole conversation on this. RSDSS. This is something like I'd love to work with you in a video for publication on this entire thing. There's a spirit stalking my mom. He doesn't like the rest of us, and he takes it out on us. I would love to know more about that. Reach out to me if you'd like to have a conversation, and we can try to work it out. You know, the price would be I'd want to be able to publish the video. So reach out. We'd love to talk with you. Okay, here we go. Smile Soul 20. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, and thanks for being a moderator. We will wrap you up with Strength Reversed. I feel like there are things that happened this week that were really frustrating. And I think you're dealing with frustration appropriately, but it's hard. And so do not let that frustration become internalized. Do something. Go for a bike ride. Do something to let go of that. And this coming week, let's hope for something more peaceful and collaborative. All right. Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Okay, we're going to do you, and we're going to do Mixuir as well. And Mixuir, of course, is also a member. All right, here we go. Barbie Bird. Look at you. Ace of Swords upright. We like this card upright. Don't like it so much when it's reversed. Barbie, this week you did a good job with your own clarity. Oh, and you're here. Let me know what you think. You did a good job with your own clarity. You did a good job with your communication, and you took care of the things you needed to take care of. So like gold star for the week as I see it. And for Mixuir, Michelle in Toronto, the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, this week you had some ups and downs, which you dealt with, but you're doing a really good job staying positive. And that's a great thing. So we love that. Okay. Melissa Grosso, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. So the last Monday that we were together, not this past Monday because I wasn't here, but the Monday before, you had death. These past 2 weeks have been super heavy. Hope we're lightening up. Okay, let's take a look and see. Queen of Wands reversed. We're getting there. I feel like, things are heavy. Like, that's the thing, Melissa. Things feel heavy because they are heavy. But I also feel like you are really trying to lean into your ability to nurture yourself and others. I think you're trying to lean into your own creativity. I think you're trying to lean into your own spirituality, and that's the right thing. Barbie, I got it. Feeling a little unmotivated, but you got through it, and you did a good job with it. So fabulous. Nalini Kalu, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Here we go. 6 of Cups. So, Nalini, I feel like this week you have been thinking a lot about the past. Now, some of that may be about getting back to the things that matter, getting back to who you are. But some of it may be healing from the past as well. And so remember who you are and bring that forward. That's really the key. TJ and GA, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, we're going to do you and your daughter. All right, here we go. Starting with you, TJ. Knight of Cups. This week, you did such a good job pursuing the things that matter to your heart and bringing a kind energy to the people around you. Very well done. For your daughter, Judgment. I think this week you're really taking things very seriously, figuring out what you have to let go of and what you have to move forward to. It is serious, but I think you are approaching it appropriately. Trey Cameron, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here is a card for you. Glad you're here. Okay. Okay, Trey, here we go. 4 of Wands reversed. So this is such an interesting card because on one hand, it can be really positive about coming out of the comfort zone. But on the other hand, it can be difficult talking about not feeling safe in your situation or not feeling comfortable with some of the relationships around you. And maybe both have been true this week. So, there is something here about being open and exploratory, but there's also something here about making sure that if you don't have to be around egregious people, don't be, right? All right. Hopping on over to Vertical for a minute. Cassandra Revelta, so good to see you. We're going to do you, Raquel, and Gemini Sun. Okay. And you're back at work, Cassie, aren't you? And also Raquel, I am betting. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Cassie. Okay, Cassandra, 9 of Wands reversed. I feel like it was a bit of a tough week, that a lot tried your patience, but I think a lot of that could just be the back to school thing. So make sure you do a good job with self-care this weekend. That's what's necessary. Okay. And for Raquel, Cassie's mom, the Hierophant. I actually think you're starting out the school year with a bang. I don't know if you had a fun week, but I think you set the right tone for yourself personally and professionally. And for Gemini Sun, the Page of Swords reversed. I wonder if this week there was something about getting your son situated in a particular space that has been a little difficult. But I also wonder about yourself getting situated. I feel like for you and for your son, there is sort of a sense of, so what are we doing and where are we doing it and what does it look like? I think you may still be getting used to things or figuring things out. All right. Couple of pieces of feedback here. Trey, thank you. That's all very true. Coming out of the comfort zone, but also keeping boundaries up. Good. And you'll redo your membership when your card stops being dumb. And by that, you mean stops getting stolen. Yuck. Okay. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, you are beloved in this community regardless. And let's see. Okay. AA, it's so good to see you. On Fridays, we do a wrap-up card for the week. If you have a specific question, I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, 12:30 Eastern Time, for your Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you are encouraged to ask specific questions. All right. Carolina McMahon, so good to see you. I hope you're doing really well. Thanks for being a member. And thanks for using members-only emojis. King of Swords reversed. Like very literally, this can be about men not communicating with you appropriately. That may be true both personally and professionally. And so there may be some frustrations associated with that. However, I think you're doing a good job trying to create the meetings and make the communication happen. Candy B, good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you and Marlon. Candy B, wrapping up your week with the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Like it really suggests this week, there is something that's been going on that you're not so happy with. It could be financial. It could be about family. It could be about home or household, but something not going the way you want it to. And clearly, if that continues, you will be making some changes. Now, for Marlon. For Marlon, we have the 7 of Wands. It feels like you're in this sort of very defensive vibe. And sometimes that's really necessary. Standing up for yourself is necessary. But I think you want to look at, are you appropriately standing up for yourself and the people you care about? Or are you being defensive inappropriately? And I think that's what you need to look at. All right. Ooh, Candy B, definitely on point. All righty. Jenna Perkins, good to see you. Hope you're doing great. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. And thanks for using members only emojis. The moon reversed. Jenna, I feel like this week you learned something or figured something out or had something revealed to you that causes something to make more sense. So I feel like this was a week of figuring things out in a good way. Michelle F., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members only emojis. Hope you're doing really well. Ooh, but the cards would say it's been a tough week. 9 of Swords. Maybe some worry, maybe some upset, maybe some insomnia. Maybe just getting used to a new environment. But it's been difficult. Be careful about not being up in your head. We assume that things will get better. And so do not worry too much. That's the key. Martha E. Vink, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. And thanks for using members only emojis. Here we go. Page of Cups reversed. So Martha, like it feels like there is this conversation that has been had, but also a conversation that won't be had, having to do about a relationship. There's more you want to say, but it's probably not even appropriate to say or worth saying. So you're kind of sitting with this sense of a changed conversation. And that's okay. You know, it's okay that it happened, and it's okay to sit with it. All right, Michelle's Mystic Corner. So good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thank you so much for the super chat. Glad you're here. So sorry that you had to put your pup down. We're all sending you a lot of love. Okay. So we will do your question in just one moment. I'm going to do Medium That Rocks, and then I'll come to you, Michelle. So we're over on YouTube Vertical for a minute. Medium That Rocks, thanks for being a member. Okay. This week, I've been harassed by my daughter and ex because they want my cat's ashes. I've been holding my ground, and I believe no contact is the way to go. So we can have a conversation about that tomorrow for the Psychic Sampler. Let me give you a card. But the thing that's interesting to me is ashes can be divided. You know, like you can make jewelry out of them. You can, you know, everyone can have a little bit, you know, like if that's what people want. And I wonder if that's really what people want, or they're just using that, you know, to give you a hard time. That's what I wonder. All right. Wrapping you up, Medium That Rocks. The world reversed. And I think, you know, in the context of what you've been through this week, and I'm so sorry that you're dealing with it, there is this sense of needing better closure and better boundaries and needing your world to feel safer for you. So honestly, if no contact is what makes sense to you, by all means, you need to protect your world. That's the key. Sorry you went through that. We are sending you lots of love. Now, Michelle's Mystic Corner, we are also sending you a lot of love, having to put your pup down. So let's wrap up your week. And Michelle's Mystic Corner, thanks for being a member. Thank you again for the super chat. And everyone, remember, Medium That Rocks, Michelle's Mystic Corner, these are also channels here on YouTube. Make sure you check them out and subscribe. Okay. Michelle's Mystic Corner, Page of Pentacles reversed. I think this is your pup. I really do. And I think that this is saying that it was the right thing at the right time, and that your pup is with you in spirit and sending gratitude. That's what I think this is about. And the fact that, you know, this loss really does take something out of you where you need a little bit of time to rest and recover. All right. Teresa, you are next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I missed you too. Thanks for using members only emojis. All right, Teresa. Okay, Teresa, Page of Wands. I'm assuming the new job is going well. I'm assuming you're learning, growing, and communicating well in the new job, and that's showing up in your life as sort of a revitalization project. So it feels good. Oh, Cassandra. Cassandra Revelta, I did you and I did your group just a few minutes ago. You were on Vertical. So I got you. If you scroll back, you'll find it. And I'm glad you're here. And you don't know this yet, but what you just said about this week was reflected in your card. You're going to laugh. All right. Anna Kay, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I would love a wrap up, please. Not that I don't know. Anna, thanks for being a member. We so appreciate you. King of Cups. And, you know, I think this is you saying, I deserve love. I do not deserve the crumbs from under the table. I deserve the whole meal. And I think it's important for you to know that in relationships and in life in general. So really being open to making sure your cup is filled. Good job. Giovanna, good morning to you. Let me know if you'd like a card to wrap up your week. Lisa E., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your kind words. I've missed you too, and I am glad to be back. We're going to do you and Jenna. Okay, Lisa E., Knight of Wands. I think you had a decent week. I think you're maybe even open to having some fun. I think there's some creativity and some excitement here, so it feels good. And for Jenna, Temperance. Honestly, I think there's a lot of maturing happening here. There's a lot of maturing happening here. I think you're growing, you're finding your balance, and you're finding your creativity. It's not always easy, but it will take you to good places. Okay, Anna K., damn right I do. We all do. Yup, exactly. And Teresa, OMG, I just popped on the exact moment you said my name, and it could not have been more accurate. What a synchronicity. Well, you are very welcome. It's good to see you. Okay. Oh, Lisa E., thank you. Both readings were 100% on point. Fabulous. All right. Giovanna, over on Vertical, I'm going to give you a card right now. This is a card to wrap up your week. Queen of Wands. This week, I think you did a good job nurturing your creativity and the things that you are passionate about. And that's a good thing. This is, very intuitive, very creative, and very warm. And I think that may describe you and how you behaved this week. Fabborn, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. And the last time we met on a Monday, you got the Ace of Pentacles. And now you get the Two of Cups. So literally that's like love and money, right? And arguably two things that you haven't had always enough of in your life. But I think right now and over this past week, and generally, you are working on making sure you have the right energies in your life. And it shows. So keep doing what you're doing, and the results will only get better and better. Revival of Venus, it's so good to see you. Are you still here? I know you were when we started. Good to see you. Here's a card for you. You also got Temperance. I love this. This is actually my favorite card in the deck, to be honest with you. So, Revival of Venus. This week, you found your right balance. You were creative. You were patient. You did the things you needed to do, even in difficult situations. So well done. Christina R., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you, Karen, and Kim. So you still have not heard about the job yet. They were going to try to get you an answer this week, but we have not heard yet. Okay. So wrapping up this week, yeah, Eight of Cups reversed. You're just feeling stuck. I don't know if I'm moving forward. I don't know what I'm doing. And this is hard. We have seen you go through this whole journey, and you're now at the finish line and still waiting to cross it. And it's frustrating, but you'll get there. You just need to keep the energy going. Okay. For Karen, we have justice reversed. Whether personally or professionally, there were ways this week that either you were feeling treated unfairly or worried that some things that are unfair or out of balance are happening. You may or may not have ability to correct it, but at least make sure you buffer yourself. And for Kim, Eight of Swords reversed. I feel like something that has been very worrisome for a long time is beginning to find a solution. And that's good. All right. 64, Amy Penn, you are up next. It's so good to see you. 9 of Pentacles. This is great. This is a good card. This week you moved with confidence. This week you did what you needed to do to shore yourself up financially. I think that you can feel really good about everything you've done this week. All right, Joyous Ocean, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members only emojis. We're going to do you and Jada, of course. For you, Joyous Ocean, you also get the 8 of Wands reversed. And I think like there is this feeling you're having that you're not getting the traction that you want and things are not moving forward the way you want. And you're trying to figure out like, what could I do differently or what am I doing wrong? I don't know if those are the right questions to ask. But I think the thing is, don't let the energy get stuck and don't get stuck in frustration. Okay, for Jada. Jada, we have the 7 of Pentacles. I think this week you've been sort of stuck in the drudgery of what needs to be done, which is never fun. No one likes that, but it's necessary. So good job. Anne Marie Garrett, so good to see you on Facebook. How are you doing? I was just thinking about you the other day. Let me know if you'd like a card for the to wrap up the week that was. Happy to do that. That's what we do on Friday. Okay, double A, a card for you. Good to see you. 7 of Cups reversed. So you have to be careful about being in dark imaginings, being in a place where you are kind of making up things in your head. And I'm not saying you do that in a weird way more than the rest of us, but be careful that if you're worried about something, make sure it's real. And this week, I think you may have been worried about things that really weren't real or not having the importance that you give to it. So basically, things may be better than you think. All right, Anne Marie Garrett over on Facebook, wrapping up your week with the Knight of Swords reversed. So interestingly, this was our card for the collective as well. So there's power here, but it kind of makes it more important. It makes me wonder, Anne Marie, if this week either, in some aspect of your life, if communication was not good, if things are not moving forward the way you like, if there's ways that you're feeling stuck for reasons, real, physical, financial, mental, emotional, whatever. And, the question going forward, whatever is not moving the way it needs to move, there has to be a solution. So it's really about looking for that solution going forward. Oh, Joyous Ocean, Jada missed you too. We had to pick our own cards. Not the same. Thank you. Over on Vertical, Bianca Tarot, good to see you. A card for you, of course. 6 of Swords. This week, you did a good job staying in your logical mind, and you did a good job using that to move yourself forward. Well done. Betty Flesher, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, and thanks for using members only emojis. Wrapping up your week with the 4 of Pentacles reversed. This week, you kind of went above and beyond the call of duty, maybe for another person, maybe for a project you're working on. It's very expansive, but it may have been costly in some way. Money, time, energy, so make sure you take care of yourself as well. Jackie Masters, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And thanks for your kind words. I missed you too. Wrapping up the week. Thanks for using members only emojis. Okay, Jackie, we are wrapping up the week with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This may not have been the easiest week. There may have been a lot going wrong. There may have just been some things you didn't like. Or even on a personal level, you may be sort of closing up a cycle that is unfortunate. One way or the other, do not get knocked off your course. Unfortunate things happen, we keep going, and that's what you need to do. Vaishali, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Queen of Wands upright. I'm so happy to see this for you. It feels like you did a good job this week showing up even when it's hard. So well done. And it's so important for you to nurture that energy and keep it going. Baby Cakes, good to see you. When I wasn't around on Monday, Baby Cakes was like, is everything okay? Yeah. I had gotten home late Sunday evening, but John and I decided to just play catch up on Monday, which we did. All right. Baby Cakes, here we go. The Magician. So Baby Cakes, this is good. And I remember for Global Tarot Circle on Wednesday, there was that Ace of Pentacles reversed, I think. Not the best. This is new stuff. Baby Cakes, I got worried. Thank you for your concern. But Baby Cakes, I'm really happy to see this. I feel like finally there's some new energy coming in that is really going to help you get the new job, make new friends, be open to new things, bring new energy into your life. So I feel like this week there is a shift that is necessary. Humble Beginnings, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Justice. So this week, Humble Beginnings, I think you did a good job showing up in all the right ways, keeping a good balance and doing everything that you need to do to be fair to yourself and others. Well done. Lily, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members only emojis. So for our tarot meetup on Wednesday, you got Temperance reversed, I remember. And ending the week with the Empress reversed. So these two major arcana cards reversed, that's interesting. Which cards they are interesting. It makes me wonder if there's some push and pull regarding family in terms of how do we share energy? How do we share time? How do we show each other that we love each other? There may be some questions around that, and that may have shown up this week and may have been a little frustrating. The other thing I could say potentially is, are you feeling your best? And if you're not, it is so important for you to nurture yourself. Joanne Leeza, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here is a card to wrap up your week. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Your house is not a safe refuge for you. Like, that's really clear. It is not happy for you to be in your home in the way that you would like it to be. And I think you're really trying to find solutions. And that's the right thing, Joanne. Finding those solutions is what you need. Lumen, so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a member for more than a year. Here's a wrap-up card for you. The Eight of Swords reversed. I love this reversal for you because it suggests to me that you were stuck and now you're not. You were worried and now you're not. You were up in your head and now you're not. So there's improvement, and it's internal improvement. It feels good. Over on Instagram, DePonte, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. Strength reversed. DePonte, this week may have been frustrating. There are some things not going the way you want them to. Make sure that your reaction does not create more frustrations. How you react to difficulties will sort of determine how quickly you move forward. And there it is. Okay. Robin, Renee, music, so good to see you. Many of you know that I have two friends named Rob and Renee that both sometimes hang out here. Rob and Renee Music, so good to see you. And I can absolutely give you a card. Here you go. The Three of Wands. I think you did a good job this week. There is something here that is a victory, a success, and you want to be leaning toward more victory and more success. Now, Renata, so good to see you on Instagram. You forgot today was Friday, thought it was Saturday. Well, come back tomorrow for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. But Renata, let me give you a card right now. In fact, I missed you earlier and I'm sorry. So you can ask that question tomorrow, but here's your card. Queen of Swords. Renata, this week you did a really good job being clear in your own mind about what works and what makes sense. And I will say the question you asked that my format does not allow me to answer here. The Queen of Swords would suggest that you do not need to be nervous, that you do not need to be nervous about this because Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Communication. You're going to be fine. So now you can ask me a different question tomorrow if you like. All right. No reason to be nervous. Christine Hallowell, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for using members only emojis. Here's a card for the wrap up for you. Three of Pentacles reversed. Christine, this week something did not go the way you wanted it to. Could be career related, could be home related, could be martial arts related, could be financial. But one way or the other, things did not pan out as you wanted. It's okay. Do not be discouraged. Go back, rethink, start again. DH, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. You get justice. You're not the first person to get this. This week, I think you did a really good job being balanced, being fair, doing the right thing. Can't go wrong with that. Over on Twitch, suspicious username. Yeah, you can. Here we go. Good to see you. Seven of Wands. So this week, you seem to be showing up in a defensive posture. Now, if what you were doing was doing what you needed to do on your own, standing up for what matters to you, all good. But if you're being or feeling defensive in a way that doesn't feel good or isn't helpful, you might want to rework that. Okay. Karina Morrison, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. We appreciate you. The Hermit reversed. I think this week you did a good job making connections with others, whether this was for social, for work, for creative, for spiritual, whatever. You were making good connections with others, and that's helpful. Tharanaya, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And wrapping you up with Temperance, you are not the first one to get this, and it is my favorite card. I think most of you know this. This week, you did a good job making the magic you needed to make. You did a good job finding the special recipe, the secret sauce that you needed to either get through the week or make something good happen. Well done. Suspicious username. Here's your feedback. Excuse me. I had to fight my way this week to do what's right. There you go. Seven of Wands. And I need to learn to accept more help. I think the stress makes me feel slightly perturbed with people. Thank you. I need to do better. Well, I think we all need to do better with something, but I think you did a good job doing what you needed to do. All right. So who is next? Oh my goodness. So the control room is telling me that it's last call for readings. If you're here and I didn't read for you, I am so sorry. It is never my intention to skip someone. Please reiterate your request. Likewise, if you're just getting here, or if you've been here but haven't made a request but do want a reading, my friends, now is the time. Oh, Jackie, spot on. I'm kind of sorry. I wouldn't have minded being wrong about that one. All right, my friends, I am available for readings. I have openings this weekend and next week. Reach out. There is a link in the description to book with me. Please do. Hey, Giants Forge, good to see you. Thank you so much. How was your event this weekend? I mean, I heard a lot of people talking about it, so I think it must have been good. So thank you so much. It's good to see you. So I am available for readings. Reach out. Oh, I'm seeing your feedback, Christine Hallowell. I'm sorry, spot on. Sorry, a little frustrated. Go back, rethink, start again. Yeah, it's what you can do. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Here we go. Penny for your thoughts. The police have found your car. Looks like you get it back next week. Okay. So, card for the week, and you've worked hard on the project. Good. And Penny, thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. 9 of Pentacles. Penny, you have worked hard this week, and things are paying off. Things are paying off. There is an incredible lesson here that if you can be confident in what you're doing, things will pay off. And so they are. Well done. Well done. All right, my friends, we are going back to last call for readings. The Giants Forge, do you want a card for the day? Let me know. You're here. I could do that. Let me know. All right. So, book a session with me. Oh, it is last call. Yes, 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 yes. Jessica Key, I'm coming to you. I'm thinking that might mean, Jessica, you would like a card. And Giants Ford, let Giants. Oh, you know, I should know that. I knew that name. Right, Madib, got you. Got you. Giants Forge, let me know if you want a card. Shirley Simple would also like a card. Okay, Jessica Key. Knight of Swords reversed. So you weren't there for this, Madib. But this was our collective card, so it's kind of a big energy. And it's about feeling stuck. It's about not having what you need. It's about poor communication or not knowing what to do or people not doing the right thing. This may have been a tough week for you. Whatever this energy was, do not let it stick around and do not get stuck in it, because you want to fly through the things you have to do and you want it to go smoothly. This week it may not have, but next week it could. Jessica, absolutely got it. Okay, and the Giants Forge, yes. Okay, so the Giants Forge, one of our favorite vendors at StaarCon. You get the Queen of Cups. Giants Forge, you did a great job this week nurturing all of the things that are most important to your heart and to the heart of people who care, that you care about, who care about you. So very well done nurturing things that are close to the heart. Shirley Simple, here we go. It's your turn. Shirley Simple, a card for you. 10 of Swords reversed. Not the best week for you, I think. But things are getting better. Shirley Simple, what you need to know is it may be time, or maybe you've already done this, walking away from things that are not serving you, not being up in your head too much, healing from things that have been hurtful, being careful about what you listen to and how you experience the energy around you. Things are getting better because you're taking better care of yourself. Well done. All right, my friends, we are back to last call. I want to remind you too that we're doing a tarot class this Tuesday. It is a straight up major arcana class. We have not had just a basic, all levels major arcana class in a long time. If you're a strong tarot reader, come. You may learn something new. If you're a beginner, this is a great class for you. The link is already up. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Please join us. I want to thank all of you for being here. Of course, a special shout out to the members, the moderators. Welcome to the new subscribers. I appreciate all of you. I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, 12:30 Eastern Time for your Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask specific questions and I give you specific answers. I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much, everyone.